Dr. Moses Wetangula.
Mswada wenye utata na ambao ulisubiriwa kwa hamu na hamumu wa kubanduliwa kutoka afisini kwa naibu rais Rigathi Gachagua hatimaye uliwasilishwa bungeni, huku takriban wabunge 291 wakitia sahihi mswada huo, ishara yao kuunga mkono kubanduliwa kutoka afisini kwa Gachagua.
This honorable house resolves to remove from office by way of impeachment His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua, EGH, the current Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya.
Katika kikao kilichosheheni taharuki na michecheto kilichoongozwa na spika wa bunge la taifa Moses Wetangula, wabunge waliingia katika majengo ya bunge kwa bashasha, huku mbunge wa Kibwezi Magharibi Mwengi Mutese akiwa ndiye aliyetwikwa jukumu tatanishi la kumtwika paka kengele shingoni, jukumu alilolitoa bila wasiwasi wala kihoro, akisimama kidete kuwasilisha mswada wa kubanduliwa kwa naibu rais.
Mr. Speaker, sir and honorable members, this special motion was lodged with the Clerk of the National Assembly on the 27th September 2024 and contains 11 grounds for impeachment.
Baada ya kusoma majina ya wabunge 291 waliotia sahihi mswada huo, Mutese alieleza japo kwa kiduchu kiini hasa cha hatua ya kumbandua Gachagua, huku akinukuu vifungu vya sheria, katiba na Biblia takatifu ambavyo alisema kwamba Gachagua ameenda kinyume.
Honorable Ecomas Mwengi Mutuse, yours truly. The Honorable Owen Baya, the Honorable Japheth Nyakundi, Matthias Robi, Kimani Ishungwa, Jared Okello is my last name, making a total of 291 members. Mr. Speaker, Kenyans will be shocked. Indeed, Kenyans will be very shocked when we finally unravel and demonstrate the grounds and the supporting evidence. In the Holy Bible, in the book of Proverbs 29 verse 16 says as follows: when the wicked are in authority, sin flourishes. But the godly, and mark the godly in small g, will live to see their downfall. That is the Holy Book as contained in the book of Proverbs 29:16. Further, Mr. Speaker, in the book of Mark, chapter 9, verses 42 to 47, it says as follows, and I quote: If anyone causes one of these little things, honorable members, Kenyans, please listen carefully. If anyone causes any one of these little things, those who believe in me, to stumble, it would be better for them if a large millstone were hung around their neck and they were thrown into the sea. 43, if your hand causes you to stumble, cut it off. It is better for you to end a life maimed than with two hands to go into hell, where the fire never goes out. 45, and if your foot causes you to stumble, cut it off. It is better for you to end a life crippled than to have 2 feet and to be thrown into hell. And if your eye causes you to stumble, pluck it out. It is better for you to enter the kingdom of God with 1 eye than to have 2 eyes and be thrown into hell. Mr. Speaker, if Kenyans cannot get services because of Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, we'll be pleading, pluck him out from government.
Aidha, baada ya mswada huo kuwasilishwa kirasmi katika majengo ya bunge, Spika Wetangula aliwapa fursa wabunge kadhaa kumwaya dukuduku na maswala ibuka, hatua ambayo ilipelekea mbunge wa Suna Mashariki Junet Mohamed na mwenziwe wa Dadaab Farah Maalim kueleza wasiwasi wao kuhusu usalama wa wabunge waliosahihisha mswada huo na kumtaka Inspector Generali wa polisi Douglas Kanja kuhakikishia usalama wao pamoja na ule wa Rais Ruto.
Mr. Speaker, we want those 291 members of parliament to turn up here the day of voting, Mr. Speaker, without missing any one of them, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we have just passed the new Inspector General of Police the other day here, Mr. Kanja. Not really. He must take responsibility as the Inspector General of Police, Mr. Speaker, to guarantee the safety, as the Inspector General of the country, Mr. Speaker, to guarantee the safety and the security of the 291 members. Mr. Speaker, you know this thing. What we are doing is not a small thing, Mr. Speaker. When Trump was being removed, was being impeached in the United States, Mr. Speaker, you know what he attempted to do? And what can happen here, you know, Mr. Speaker? And let us not fight, let us not begrudge anyone, because what the House is doing is constitutional, because the House is just exercising its mandate. It's not doing anything outside the Constitution.
Not only do we have to protect the lives of 291 members of parliament who have appended their signature there, we must also protect the system. The IG must protect our president to the hilt. Because you know the kind of a constitution we have. Any reckless thug can decide to change the course of history if, God forbid, anything were to happen to our president. You get my point? And there are people who we have been so worried lately. I get the feeling that they can even have the capacity to plan something like that. Let us make sure this information goes out. Our president must be protected to the hilt until this motion is over. Because if, God forbid, anything were to happen, then we have something much bigger to worry about.
Kwa upande wake, kiongozi wa wengi katika bunge la taifa Kimani Ichung'wah aliinuka kuupiga msumari wa mwisho kwenye jeneza, akimtaja naibu rais kwa fumbo kama mtu mweusi mwenye roho nyeusi, matamshi yaliyoonekana kumaanisha kuwa Gachagua aweza kupanga njama dhidi ya wabunge au hata rais, na kudokeza kuwa kumekuwa na njama za mauaji dhidi ya watu mashuhuri humu nchini.
Just to add on to what the Honorable Farah and Honorable Junet have said, Honorable Speaker, the security of members of parliament is paramount. And Honorable Speaker, I say that looking at you because you know on the 25th of June this year, Honorable Speaker, none other than yourself, you were a target, and you know that. And not a target for harm, but a target for elimination, based on the position you hold as Speaker and the ranking order should anything happen to the President or the Deputy President, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I want to beg that you take with a little more weight the issues raised by Honorable Junet and Honorable Farah Maalim, because, Honorable Speaker, we have seen it on social media. We have been told by certain quarters that before March of 2025, they say bendera itapepea mlingoti nusu. Honorable Speaker, these are weighty issues. And I hear what the Honorable Farah Maalim is saying on the security of the President, and we have no business to advise the Inspector General and the Director of the National Intelligence Service on what to do. But for members of this House, all the 349 of them, Honorable Speaker, you must direct the Inspector General of Police, who was approved by this House less than a month ago, to ensure that when this House is sitting within the precincts of Parliament, and even outside and including committees of this House sitting, Honorable Speaker, members are secured.
Thank you.
And even in their homes, Honorable Speaker, they are secured. Because, Honorable Speaker, I say this, being privy to the information that I was privy to and you are privy to on the 25th of June, and knowing, Honorable Speaker, that as Honorable Junet has said, we are not dealing with an ordinary matter, we are not dealing with an ordinary man, we are dealing with a black man with a very black heart.
Ikiwa ni rasmi sasa kwamba chombo cha kubanduliwa kwa naibu rais Rigathi Gachagua kimeng'oa nanga, macho yote sasa yanatungwa bungeni siku ya kujadiliwa kwa mswada huo, baadhi ya wabunge kama vile Ndindi Nyoro na ambao hawakutia sahihi mswada huo wakisubiriwa kuzungumza, mambo ya Gachagua yakizidi kwenda fyongo, nacho kitumbua chake kikionekana kuingia mchanga.
I will be demonstrating before this House to Kenyans and to the international community that His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua has violated Article 6(2) of the Constitution, Article 10(2)(a) of the Constitution, Article 174 of the Constitution, Article 186(1) of the Constitution, Article 189(1) of the Constitution, as well as the 4th schedule of the Constitution of Kenya.
Sudi Sheikh, Mungai Kagoya, Faragha TV, Nairobi.
Yes.